In today's equity index futures markets, let's take a look at the S&P 500 future today, as the S&P 500 future experienced a big reversal day today. We saw some weakness overnight. The market experienced some heavy selling pressure, but was able to find some stability this morning and build on the momentum higher, and basically closing at the highs of the day right around the 30.57 level. And that's well off the lows overnight of 29.23.75. So markets reacting positively, and volumes very strong today. We did see some strong volumes on the rolling of positions from June to September Friday, but a continuation of that today. September contract trading a substantial amount today, so you are seeing again strong volumes supporting this price action, but also would be viewed probably, I believe, as a beneficial situation given the fact that the market's been able to get and find the ability, I should say, to climb higher on these days where it's realized some selling pressure initially. Looking at the drivers today, the COVID-19 situation, the storyline overnight coming out of China was a big driver why we saw the markets lower, I believe. A couple of that with some of the volatility that the markets experienced last week, some hesitation, so the markets were a little fragile. But we did see Europe open on the lows, but then rally into the close, and then the U.S. markets opened, and they were, the S&P futures opened down about 2%, but then renewed buying pressure pretty much shortly after the open, and all culminating in a very strong day for the S&P 500 futures. And I think looking at the data release this morning helped with that price action, and also the Fed certainly helped this afternoon, giving the S&P 500 futures a further leg higher with their announcement that they are entering the corporate bond market with their ETF purchases. Looking at the trends in place, the S&P 500 futures challenging that 200-day moving average once again today, certainly below it and breached it, but the fact that it was able to get back above it for a second day and close above the 200-day moving average when you look at September 30.08, I think that's a short-term positive for the markets, and I think that's what led to some of the buying pressure here late in the day today. Couple that with a strong performance from the NASDAQ today, up about 1.5% on those NASDAQ futures, and the Russell futures up over 2% today. And I think culminating in all this, again, price action leading these markets higher here throughout the day, and most of these markets closing near the highs of the day.